Today's show is sponsored by our friends at distilleryproducts.com. If you are a bourbon group or you are a store or a distillery and you need custom laser etched glassware at wholesale prices, that means the prices are pretty damn good, y'all. Check out distilleryproducts.com. I am happy to get you in touch with them. It is a family-owned and operated business. Carson, Janie, Vicky, all the good folks over there at distilleryproducts.com. They not only have laser etched glassware, they also have awesome swag like customized flasks and other cool things like drink stirrers. Check it all out. Go to distilleryproducts.com, see for yourself, and reach out to me. I would love to get you in touch with them. Today's show is also sponsored by our friends at Orca Coolers. It is summer. Summer is hot. It's hot everywhere. You need a cooler that is going to be able to hold ice while it's hot. And Orca Coolers has that. They also have awesome tumblers. They have a barrel tumbler. It looks like a little whiskey barrel. Check them all out at orcacoolers.com. Use code DADSEASON and get 20% off your order. That's DADSEASON. Make sure to check them out. Get a cooler or a tumbler. I mean, that cooler holds ice 3, 4, 5 days, no problem. I mean, you open that thing up after a few days, the ice looks like you just put it in there. Make sure to go to orcacoolers.com and use code DADSEASON. All right, we all hear the trumpets every single time we turn on the TV. That is because it's the Olympics, and Action 24/7 wants to let you get in on the action with daily promos, boosts, and patriotic parlays. Check their social media every day to see how you can make some money while cheering on the USA. There's MLB free bets the rest of the week through Saturday. Bet $30 on any MLB game, and you get a $25 free bet. One per customer. You can bet AAA at action247.com, and they also have free-to-play games every day. Use code DADS100. They will match up to $100 of your first deposit. They have some big games in the work for the Music City Grand Prix and week 1 of football season, so stay tuned. Go to action247.com. Use code DADS100.
So have you ever been just like tired or worn out from like secondary dad duty? Like, it wasn't directly because of the kids, but because of it, you were still just worn the hell out.
Like it's stuff you're doing to support that isn't necessarily something that's directly with the kid, but the kid will have benefit from it in the future.
I wouldn't think that much into it. More like you start to assemble a coffee table. You kind of nod off on the sofa. You wake up at 4 a.m, and you know if you don't finish putting that damn table together with all those pieces all over the floor, you're not going to find half of them, and it's not going to get assembled ever again. That's how you spend from 4 to 6 a.m. Putting together a coffee table.
And that's terrible because you know if you go to bed at like 5, say you work on it from 4 to 5, and then you try to go to bed again at 5, it's not going to happen.
Oh, I did.
So you didn't spend 4 to 6. You just did 4 to 5.
No, 4:15 to 6:15 this morning, I put together a coffee table. Then I got back in the bed.
6 o'clock is when I'm getting up. I got the dogs barking and crying, wanting to go outside. No way I could make that happen. If I got up at 4, I'd be like, ah, shit, I'm done.
Man, I debated it, and then I was just like,
Hello, everyone. My name is John Edwards. With me, as always, is Zeke Baker, and together we make the Dad's Drink of Bourbon. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for making us part of your day. And this one's going to be a little bit shorter. So basically what had happened here is I have some interviews in the can. Interviews take a little bit longer to edit, and because of that, I should back up because I was going to record with Zeke last night, and then randomly at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my friend Ryan texted me and said, hey, I have an extra ticket to Whiskey Jam's 10th anniversary here in Nashville, and they're doing it at the Ryman. Do you want to go? And I was like, well, yeah. Does it bear shit in the woods? 100% I will be there. I went to Whiskey Jam last night. It was great. Randy Travis got on there and sang Forever and Ever, Amen. But he got up there and sang with Walt and the folks from Whiskey Jam, and it was awesome. One of the highlights of the evening, Zeke Baker, Jesse Alexander, the woman who wrote The Climb. Miley Cyrus performed it. She came out and sang The Climb, and everybody in the Ryman was singing along to The Climb.
Sounds like a crime that you were singing it.
Hey, I love that song. It's really good. It's a hell of a song. I don't care. Chris Young played. There was a lot of good people there, but congratulations to Whiskey Jam on their 10th anniversary. Frankie Ballard played. He's a good dude. So that is why Zeke and I are spending a shorter amount of time tonight, because I'm going to have to go edit this and get it out in a night. At the same time, I'm still going to work on those interviews. So we're going to have some awesome interviews coming out soon for y'all with Watershed Distillery. We had one with Chase from Nulu, Prohibition Craft Spirits. And then we actually did one with our friend Jason from Cinco Sentidos Mezcal. Zeke and I actually did a Mezcal show. We have some other interviews that are coming up here soon that should be good, and I'm setting all of them up. It's just finding times that we can all get free. But tonight we had the old camp, which was at Peach Whiskey at 70 proof. And then the folks over at Old Camp, which is Florida Georgia line, actually brought along their buddy Jason Aldean. And this is why I was talking about Whiskey Jam, because it's all country music right here. And Wolf Moon Bourbon is by Jason Aldean and Florida Georgia line. Jason Aldean and Florida Georgia line go way back, and they've written hit songs together, toured the world together, and shared many glasses of whiskey along the way. Their latest collaboration, Wolf Moon Bourbon, is a tribute to all the incredible memories they've made throughout the years and a celebration of all the new ones yet to come. Wolf Moon Bourbon was born out of brotherhood and created for life's special moments shared with those we love most. This whiskey is aged to perfection in new American oak casks for 4 years. And then it says to achieve a sweet and smooth profile. This is 4 years. It is MGP. The mash bill is not disclosed. It's 80 proof. MSRP is $29.99. That is it. Zeke, any questions?
No, I'd like that synopsis. Price, proof, source, age, no fluff.
There was a little fluff. I read the fluff from the website, but it is 4 years old in char number 4 barrels, by the way.
Still beginning to wonder when folks buying MGP are going to list the cooperage. I think that's more important than the char, but we've had that rant lately, I feel like, at least.
Well, it hasn't come out yet, but we're gonna have that rant with Chase from Nulu and Prohibition Craft. So that is when that rant is gonna come out. Zeke's kind of giving you a sneak preview, but I mean, at 80 proof though, does it really matter what the cooperage is at that point? Are you gonna be able to tell on an 80 proofer versus something that's a little bit higher?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, I see your train of thought, but at the same time, as you proof down, the more you're left with, or the less the case might be, is really just whatever kind of, flavor impartments you get from the barrel and the oak. To me, at least that's my mindset. So in that case, if you're tasting anything, there's still going to be a large piece of the pie that's going to come from the oak.
Fair enough, but at 80 proof, how many people do you think are drinking this neat? I mean, maybe because it's not going to be us.
Inversely, I think that I would kind of hope that people would drink this neat, because otherwise I don't think you're going to get any flavor from it. If this gets colder on ice, I think it's all gone. You put it in a cocktail, you're tasting mixer or whatever else is in there. I just don't think there's enough oomph for this to pull any weight unless it's the only thing in the glass, period.
Well, I think you're going to get a mixture, right? You're going to get the people that know whiskey, that drink whiskey neat. And then you're going to get people that drink the Jack and Coke or the Beam and Coke or the Beam and Ginger. They're going to be like, well, Jason Aldean and Florida Georgia line made a whiskey. I want to go get that one. And they're still going to drink it that way. The difference is, once we get into price and talking about this, this is $30 versus Jack or Jim you could probably get for 15. I mean, you would hope the double in price from what the other 80 proof offerings are would mean that somebody would probably drink it neat. You would almost hope that, but I have a feeling there's still going to be a lot of Wolf Moon. It's going to be a Wolf and Coke.
Oh, did you say $20.99 or $29.99?
$29.99.
Oh, I did miss that part then. Damn, always something.
Just a bit outside.
Hey, now. The words may say that, but we all know the meaning for that means like you almost hit the first base coach.
But I want to know, like, how many different whiskeys did you try? Did you try different mash bills at MGP? Did you try different cooperages Obviously they probably had people that worked with them on this. Like, how did they present it to them and how did they make the decisions? Or did they trust other people to make those decisions for them? I legitimately want to know, like, the nuts and bolts about this one, how they got there.
I don't know, but I'll just throw out there, this could have merely been an investment play. I mean, they also have restaurants and bars downtown. Do you think they've tasted every item on the menu? Or do you think there was some venture capitalist people or whatever? They're like, hey, man, you can throw some money in this. We can use your name. We'll back the rest. Cool. You just draw a check every month.
Well, I said, can we get them on to talk about it? They go, we could send you a bottle. That's what happened here. So thank you very much, Wolf Moon Bourbon, for sending us this bottle over. That being said, what do you think about it, Zeke?
I mean, maybe you should reach out to the Van Winkles and see if the same thing happens.
Could I reach out to Mr. BTAC? Is there a Mr. BTAC out there?
We really want to talk about the whiskey. Sorry, son. Here's your bottle, though. Sweet, man.
You got any of that rye? Maybe the ones with the red wax on top. That would be awesome.
I thought the nose was pretty faint. If anything, I kind of get syrupy notes or something. Kind of syrupy, a little sweet. Maybe even, somewhere between maple or corn syrup. Again, a thinned down version, though. Almost, I guess, in my head, as a dad play, if it was possible, just because I feel like everything that has high amounts of sugar in it, it's best to kind of cut it. If, like, somehow you dilute it or cut, like, a corn syrup in half or something along those lines. I don't know. Palate-wise, maybe that kind of lingered in my brain too, because I thought it was somewhere between maybe smelling like a Belgian waffle or Golden Grams. It wasn't super pronounced, but there also was definitely nothing offensive. So kind of just that gray area of like, smells good. And, that's just the most I could really draw off of it.
I agree with that. What I would add is that I think there's a fair amount of oak mid palate, and I think that it gets a little bit chalky. Like there's the slightest hint of chalkiness on the mouthfeel for me, plus that oak on the mid palate. But the rest of your assessment, I would fully agree with. Your nose is sweet and faint, though. It's fine. For an 80 proof whiskey, it's fine. I wonder if they're going to end up doing some other stuff with this. But I'm just saying, maybe he drinks higher proof. We don't know. For 80 proof, it's fine. It's probably a little bit higher price than I'd like it to be, but it's got to be a little expensive to get Jason Aldean and Florida Georgia Line's name on it. So, and I understand why it's a little bit more than other 80 proofers. I understand that, there is a premium on MGP. If you want some MGP stuff that's 80 proof, I'm not jumping up and down for it, but I'm not hating on it.
No, for a 4-year product, 80 proof, it's more than drinkable. Again, I don't know how people would try it neat. I would hope so, just because it's got enough flavor to where you, even if you're a novice, you could enjoy it this neat. I don't think without any discomfort, I suppose. But I'm not mad at it. Lord knows we've seen and had crafts that charged more for 80 or 90 proof product that were much tougher to find decent things to say about.
I totally agree.
I think in that regard, somebody that's not necessarily the money play behind this, but something to do with, marketing, taste, etc., at least is blending or having somebody blend this out to be an enjoyable product. And obviously, if you mix it in a cocktail, I can't imagine there's much it probably doesn't go with, because you put 1 or 2 strong mixers in there and some ice, the bourbon component, I think, is going to be very minimal, and you're just kind of a flavored alcohol drink, essentially.
I think there we go. It's probably somewhere in between a bar and a buy for me, but for an 80 proof, I'm probably drinking Beam first.
If it's offered to me at an event, I'm not going to make a funny face.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I think that's a fair assessment. You wouldn't feel bad, like, yeah, I guess it's a sponsored event and it's free. That's what we're getting tonight. Okay, I can handle that. That's fine.
I agree with you. And thank you, Wolf Moon, for sending us this bottle. Go ahead and find us on Facebook at Dad's Drinker Bourbon, Twitter at Bourbon Dads. Instagram at Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Find us wherever you download your podcast. Chances are you already have, because you're listening to us right now. Zeke, where else can the folks find us?
Good old Nashville, Tennessee.
Cheers.
Ciao.